Good evening. Good evening. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of In Between the Numbers Sports Podcast and Show. I'm your host, Daryl. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about Lane Kiffin and him backing up the money truck. They backing up the money truck. They dropping off the bans on these transfer portal players. And like Coach O said, we coming, but instead, Ole Miss coming. So before we jump into the episode, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel. Right, I think um, I just hit 8,000 views for the channel. Right, on the way to 10,000. The last time I checked, subscriptions are going up. People have been commenting, liking, interacting in the comment section. All of that helps with engagement. So I just want to give y'all a salute from supporting the channel. I wouldn't have this, momentum if it wasn't for you guys actually supporting me, actually listening to, my rants on here. So thank y'all. So all right, so LSU fans and fellow SEC fans, right? I hope y'all paying attention to what Lane Kiffin is doing at Ole Miss, right? I'm an LSU fan, as you can see behind me, right? Born and raised in Opelousas, Louisiana, from the 337, right? But I pay attention to what uh, LSU opponents are doing, right? And Lane Kiffin and this Ole Miss athletic department is not effing around. So after Ole Miss was destroyed by Georgia a few weeks ago at the post-game press conference, a reporter asked Lane Kiffin, "Hey, what do you think you have to do to be able to get over the hump in terms of beating like the Georgias and the Alabamas?" And Lane Kiffin said that they would have to recruit at a higher level. He said that, and I'm quoting right, so you have to go back and look at the interview yourself. But he pretty much said that while they only have one or two 5 stars committing to the team, that's Ole Miss. Georgia has like 24, and I don't know how accurate those numbers are, but we all know that Georgia is stacked over there, right? And he pretty much said that they would have to recruit at a higher level. Well, that's exactly what Lane Kiffin has been doing, because they've been absolutely killing it in the transfer portal. And if you don't believe me, let's go ahead and take a look. So we're gonna go over to On Three Sports. I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what Lane Kiffin is doing. All right. So let's see. Let's make the screen bigger. Okay. So this is um, Lane Kiffin's. Well, this is the Ole Miss, the transfer portal profile, and let's just go down here, right? So this is their transfer portal uh, guys, right? So uh, they have gotten 5 former 4-star players from other SEC teams, right? So you got Cameron Richardson, right, from Bossier City, Louisiana, which is a pretty big blow because, um, they were saying that he was trending towards committing to LSU, but he's now going to uh, Ole Miss. So a 4-star player, cornerback. Then you got Juice Wells. Juice Wells is arguably the best was the best offensive player for the Carolina Gamecocks, maybe behind Spencer Rattler. But Juice Wells decided to transfer into Ole Miss. He's a former 4-star. You got Tyler Barron, right? He was the best defensive player on the Tennessee team, right? He's an edge rusher, 6'5", 250 pounds, right? He's committed to Ole Miss. And then you got where's that one kid, right? There was no right here. I want to show you guys. This guy right here. Chris Paul Jr., right? He came from Arkansas, right? He was a freshman All American at Arkansas, right? And he committed to Ole Miss. And then they got this guy here. He's another cornerback, right? He transferred in from Illinois into Ole Miss, a 4-star on defense. And then you have this guy. right? An edge, the best defense player on Florida's defense, right? Princely from Maynard, Texas, right? 6'4", 250, a 4-star, and he transferred over from the Florida Gators to Ole Miss. Now, like I said, Lane Kiffin and that uh, Ole Miss recruiting staff isn't messing around. But I want y'all to look at something, right? Let's just look at the NIL evaluations, right? So let's just look at the NIL evaluations, guys, right? So whoa, 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 screen going crazy. Okay, Juice Wells, his NIL value, right, is estimated to be um, well over $300,000. The kid from Tennessee, well over $400,000. Um, oh, and then Princely, right, from Florida, his NIL evaluation is well over $400,000. Now, I don't know what all that means, but that's a lot of money. That's way more money than I have. And um, this is just showing that Lane Kiffin is not messing around in the transfer portal. Now, of course, when you are dealing and dabbling in the transfer portal, you got to have the money to back it up, right? And Lane Kiffin has came out before and kind of complained about what NIL was doing to college football, but that doesn't mean that he's against it, right? You know the old saying where they say if you can't beat them, join them. And Lane Kiffin has definitely joined uh, the NIL battle, right? Um, I don't know, like again, on Three Sports is a paid service, right? I do have a subscription to it, so they're in the know on a lot of these things, right? So I don't know how accurate those NIL evaluations is, but if it's even close to being accurate, right? That's still a lot of money. And you can see why these players are jumping out the portal, running into Lane Kiffin's arms because they're getting paid. And Lane Kiffin and, you know, the Grove Collective down in Mississippi, they have fully supported Lane Kiffin and they're backing up the Brinks truck, right? They're backing up the money truck and they're saying, hey, you get money, you get money, you get money, you get money, everybody get money, right? And you know, in one of the LSU fan pages that I'm in, a lot of LSU player fans were saying, "Oh, that doesn't matter, doesn't matter. It's Lane Kiffin, it's Lane Kiffin." Yes, historically, Lane Kiffin has, he's a goof troop, right? He's a joker. But what if this is the perfect storm, right? What if this team is what it takes for Lane Kiffin to get over that hump to beat Georgia, to beat Alabama, to beat LSU again, right? They already beat LSU last season. Well, this season that just passed, this game that just passed, right? But what if this is the year that they get past Alabama? They get past the Georgias, the Texas, the Oklahomas, right? And if this isn't the year, well, hell, they're definitely trending towards the right direction because they're going big and they're swinging big in the transfer portal. And that's what you just have to do. You have to do it. I don't really like how NIL is shaping out, but that's the new wave, right? Of course, you still want to build recruits in from uh, high school, but if you want to get some microwavable wins and you want to be competitive, you have to go with the transfer portal. And I didn't even mention that Walter Nolan, right, who is considered the number one overall player in the transfer portal. This is both offense and defense, right? He's a defensive tackle. He was the former number one rated player in the United States in I think 2021, right? He went to Ole Miss. He's in the transfer portal, and the crystal ball is predicting that it is a 98% chance that he's going to commit to Ole Miss. If that happens, look out because National Signing Day is tomorrow, right? Early signing day is tomorrow. So there's going to be some players that Ole Miss is probably going to be able to flip, right? that's going to be coming in. And then with this transfer portal class that's coming in, and with Walter Nolan all but pretty much being signed to Ole Miss, I'm just saying, look out. Um, if Lane Kiffin and his staff can get it right on defense, they're good on offense. They're good on offense. Lane Kiffin is a offensive mastermind, right? If they can get it right on defense, which they're trending that way, because again, they took Florida's best pass rusher. They took Tennessee's best pass rusher. They added another weapon on offense in Juice Wells, right? If they can get it right on defense and they can all make it come together, Ole Miss is going to be a team to be reckoning with, right? And okay, what does that mean for LSU? Well, LSU has to play Ole Miss. Now, it's going to be at Tiger Stadium, and Brian Kelly and that LSU team has a very good record at home, but hey, man, you just never know. And so I'm saying that to say this, that Lane Kiffin is they're not messing around. And the transfer portal hasn't even cooled down yet because this is why. There's players on teams like Ohio State, Michigan, Washington, Alabama, Georgia, right? That's probably on the bubble about transferring, but they're waiting to after the bowl game. They're waiting to see what happens after the bowl game, right? So there's probably players that Lane Kiffin has already probably been in contact with, or however that works out, right? The NIL department has already been in contact with. That's probably already tampering. That's probably already keeping in their back pocket that, hey, depending on the outcome of this game, these guys might, come over here. They might transfer here, right? So we'll have to see. But this is only kind of like phase one of the transfer portal, right? It's going to heat up when these bowl games start popping off, right? It's going to heat up again. Uh, Lane Kiffin and this Ole Miss staff, they're committed. They're committed via money, and they're committed to go into the transfer portal to load up and to be like, Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma. What y'all think about this? Because one of the previous episodes I showed y'all, right, the top 10 teams in the transfer portal, right now is Texas A&M, Auburn, and Texas, right? That's their classes. That's top 10 classes. Well, Ole Miss right now is um well I'll take that back. Ole Miss right now, their recruiting class is number 11. That's without the transfers, right? Their transfer class is number 3. Number 1 is Louisville, number 2 is Colorado, and number 3 is Ole Miss. Now, right now, their high school, Ole Miss high school recruiting class is like I think number I don't remember. It's it's right outside the top 10, right? So with National Signing Day tomorrow, right? Kids always flip. They always flip. So if Ole Miss can get a few flips in their favor, that recruiting class, that high school recruiting class, is going to come down within the top 10. It could even go into the top 5. Then you add that transfer recruiting class along with the players that's returning for this Ole Miss team, and you're gonna have a solid team. So things are coming together for Ole Miss. Now, um, again, we just have to see about uh, how it's all going to play out. Right? Again, we could point to Colorado last year. Colorado had one of the top transfer portal classes, right? And they finished 4-8. Florida State had a dynamic transfer class, and you see what it did for them. They went undefeated. Unfortunately, Jordan Travis got hurt, and they got screwed out of being in the playoffs. But you've seen what happened, right? You've seen when it happens the right way, you can go undefeated. So if Lane Kiffin can get all these guys in, get everyone on the same page, get everyone to buy in, I'm telling y'all, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm just saying, Ole Miss is going to be uh, a force to be reckoned with. All right, so I'm gonna wrap that up. Just wanted to, throw that out there. Ole Miss fans, let me know in the comments section what y'all think about what Lane Kiffin is doing. And hey, LSU fans, Alabama fans, Georgia fans, SEC fans, let me know and just fans of college football in general. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about what's going on. I encourage y'all to go to On3 Sports to check out what your team is doing, to see what other teams are doing, or use whatever website that you use to track these type of things, because it's actually really interesting to see what these teams are doing and some of the money that these teams are these NIL collective groups are throwing out to these players. Again, thanks to everyone who subscribed, everyone who comment, everyone who gives a like. Um, Continue to do so. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. The bell allows you to keep up to date with all of my uploads. And until next time, I'm out.